Hi, welcome to Nate's Neighborhood, starring Nate Boley.
Hey guys, happy Sunday morning or Monday morning, or thanks for checking us out on YouTube, of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nate's Neighborhood is a YouTube channel, so if you want to catch up on the episodes.
Yep, I'm John Kohler, your lovely co-host and compromised HBO reality guy, I guess.
You are newly compromised
newly
HBO reality guy. Yeah,
yes.
but keep down the path.
The TV Pope came down and laid his scepter on my,
boom.
Banged it right on my head.
There was a puff of purple smoke, and then here we are.
Yeah. We're going to have to start charging more for this show.
We're already the number one show, and
we're the number one real estate show in all of Nye County.
Yeah, what he said. Yeah.
There you go.
We got a great show today, though. Yeah, like you said, it's the 15th, the big 1-5.
The big 1-5.
You know,
I think it's something
right between 10 and 20.
It seems sort of inevitable living out in Pahrump that at some point we'd have to do a show about manufactured homes and mobile home living and all of that. And today is that day. We decided.
Yeah, it's manufactured modular mobile home day.
Yeah, so
around here. So that's the
episode. Congratulations if you're in your double wide with the TV on.
Yeah, and, exactly.
Yeah, it's your day. It's our day.
We're gonna shoot you some knowledge. Yeah, just in case.
Yeah, because it is a little bit trickier, and we've been talking about it, so I can say this as a friend of an expert, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Tell them, because it gets tricky with mobile homes.
It does.
Because there's
weird
financing problems sometimes with older places.
Yeah, with older places, you know, and it really depends on your lender. You know, if you've got a wide open lender who says, I can do anything, it doesn't matter if it's a manufactured home.
Right.
I would say a lot of times, if you're going to buy a manufactured home in Nye County, use a lender that is based out of Nye County.
That's helpful.
That's mainly because, you know, I can call 100 lenders in Vegas, and all of them will give me a great rate over the phone, and this and that, and you know, kind of blow smoke a little bit.
Right.
But the second you mention a manufactured home is when they start to, oh, well, I'm sorry, we don't do manufactured homes. And it's really just because they're so busy that they have the ability to turn down anything they don't want to do.
And these are generally like super affordable homes. It's a great option for a lot of people.
It really is, yeah. So if you've got the wrong lender, you know, you're not going to get a manufactured home. But there are plenty of lenders out there that obviously know the ins and outs.
Right, they want to loan $300,000, $400,000. They don't want to loan $150 or something.
Yeah, we just about a month ago just closed a 375 modular on a couple acres.
Well, some of those are huge, and they go like double wide and triple wide. There's differences.
Quadruple wide. I've even heard of quadruple wides. I've never seen one, but I've heard of quadruple wides. Yeah, and so you've got. And that's kind of what we're going to get into today. The biggest thing, one of the biggest differences between the structures, of course, is size. So a lot of factors there. Your single wide is generally one single, you know, plank, so to speak. Comes in on the truck.
Right.
It's essentially done. They're going to have to connect it, attach it, get everything finished inside.
Comes in on an axle.
Yeah, it comes in on the back of a big flatbed. If you've passed, in the couple episodes we mentioned, if you've passed one of those trucks, it looks like it has a half open house. You know, that's probably half of a double wide.
Right.
But with a single wide, it just looks like a house going down the road. You can do triple wide, of course. So you're essentially 3 times as big. So a single wide, generally they'll go up to, you know, maybe 1,000, 1,100 square feet on the plan. Maybe a little bit bigger, but don't really count on it. Double wide, of course, you're going up to 2,600 square feet. And you can do a triple wide where you can, I've seen them with 3,600 square feet of living space, you know? I mean,
wow.
Yeah. They're great, you know, it's a matter of how you look at it, you know? And so that's kind of the biggest thing is we want to break down, you know, some of those ins and outs, some of those weird things that come along with those homes, yeah.
Well, so, we've talked before because I was looking at a couple different options when we first moved down here, and we looked at some manufactured homes. The one was sneaking up on 20 years old, and you said, ooh, could be a problem for resale.
Yeah. So those and those are one of the things that maybe lenders won't tell you. You know, they're happy to sell you a home or lend on a home, a manufactured home that was built in, say, 1990 or 1985 or even 1982. But if you turn around and ask them, is this going to be financeable through your company 20 years from now if I turn around to sell it when it's 45 years old? They don't have an answer for you. So that part worries me a little bit.
Right now the answer would be no?
Yeah, and that's kind of it. It's essentially, well, I can't tell you what we will and won't do in the future because I don't control it. That's what they'll all tell you.
Right.
But you'll also notice if you ask around, some of those numbers are starting to tick up. You know, a lot of those lenders won't do anything under 1980. A lot of lenders won't do anything under 1990. Some lenders won't do anything that isn't 2006 and newer.
Right.
So yeah, you've got to keep that in mind, even if it's your forever home, and you decide, you know, this is where I'm going to die.
Right.
This beautiful manufactured home that I purchased. You still got to think about, you know, either your kids or whoever you leave it to. You don't want to stick them with a whole bunch of crap after you're gone. You know what I mean? So you want to make sure that, you know, if it's not about resale, it's about something in the future. You got to have a future
plan,
future
on this
mind
thing.
here. Yeah, especially when you're buying a house.
Well, really, I mean, you could buy it for cash and skip the banks.
Yeah,
you
that's
could
the
end up
easiest way.
being like the lender on, you know, through escrow, and get an escrow company to work out the bills for you.
Yeah, of course, you can do it cash, which is, you know, obviously the easiest way. Cash
Yeah.
is king, kind of always will be. It definitely is in real estate right now. You know, it's just a matter of, you know, one of the other factors is, you know, if you live in a home that was built, oh goodness, before January 1st, 1978, you might have lead paint in your home. You never know. If you've got original paint on your walls and your place was literally, that was the cutoff, was December 31st, 1977, was the last time they allowed lead paint to be manufactured or used in the painting of homes in the United States. So just that, you know, you could be selling a place that has lead paint. You could be buying a place that you're unaware that has lead paint. And granted, as a realtor, there is a part of a form or an extra form that I can use that says, okay, this place was built before this time. I'd like to know everything about what paint is on the wall, everything about everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, big disclosure forms, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, it's lead paint. It's you know, if you think about back in like the Wild West days, you know, like the brothel ladies, that was lead paint that they were putting on their faces, and they would get poisoned and die from that sort of stuff. You know what I mean? So then you hear silly stories about people eating paint chips when I was a kid. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's just. Yeah, welcome to Pahrump, you know?
Hey, tell me this now, aluminum wiring. I know that was used a lot in...
Yeah, wiring is a big one. Wiring is one that's kind of always changing. I'd say the biggest one, even beyond that, is piping, plumbing and piping. So there is a type of plumbing substance that's sort of like PVC, and it's usually, I want to say red or blue. Could be wrong on that one. But it's called polybutylene.
Oh.
And that was totally up to code and acceptable for new builds all the way up until 98, I want to say. That's an approximation. And then they decided no more polybutylene. Can't use it to build a new home. But
something to look for.
Something to look for if you buy, especially a manufactured home, because a manufactured home is going to have a lot more piping underneath it than, say, a stick-built home, because it's got that rise underneath.
Right.
And that's kind of what helps get you that value, is having that rise and being able to run everything underneath, and not, you know, that's where you save your money. So it's just, yeah.
So there's ways
so
to
many
fix
factors.
things that are
yeah,
like...
there's ways to fix things. There's a way to go about it. You just have to go about it the right way.
Right.
Another sticky thing, of course, and I think we've brought this up before, is a manufactured home, once it's been moved, so to speak, so they can put a manufactured home
on a foundation.
On its jacks, whatever you got to do, and it's, you know, get it registered. It's you convert it to real property is what it's called, and then it's considered a home. If you pick it up from there and you move it to another location, good luck finding a lender is the big issue. You're essentially going cash only after that, yeah. And I've never met a lender that'll touch those. Hard money lenders, of course, but you know, if you don't know what a hard money lender is, you can either Google it, or I can tell you that you're going to pay.
Is it because of the
like
transition?
12 to 13% thick, like it's brutal.
Once it's sitting on a new foundation, however, at a new site, can you finance it then?
You can't.
Really?
The issue is the fact that you picked it up and you moved it. You know, it was set to be real property. It was turned into a home. There it is. Even if it wasn't converted to real property, there it is. There's where it was legally placed. Once you pick it up and move it, and lenders will tell you you don't know what's going on inside of that home after you pick it up and rattle it around and drive it down some roads and then plop it back down.
Oh,
I mean, it's just give it some thought. You're moving an entire house. Yeah. So lenders don't like that kind of liability.
Well,
and I can't blame them. You know, if I was, I'd probably look at it the same way. But a lot of lenders won't do that with stick-built homes either.
Right.
Same thing. You don't know what's going on structurally after you pick an entire home up seriously and move it down the road. Yeah. So yeah, a lot of times, especially if you're looking around and you see a little manufactured home, $99,000 cash only, that's why. It was moved.
Right.
That's it. And so you're going to get that value, but you're going to have to give that value back when you turn around and sell, or when your kids do, or your grandkids, or whoever might inherit it, or whatever it might be. So a lot of it, especially when you're involved with manufactured homes, is being aware of both sides of the situation. What's right in front of you now, and what you need to do to make sure you're protected down the road.
Right.
Yeah.
But you know all those ins and outs, so.
Yeah,
You're
I
the
do.
guy. You're a good guy to call.
I do, and they'll drive
I
you
know
crazy.
it's probably not your
It's
favorite
just,
thing, right?
No,
But
I mean well, and that's it.
Everybody
it's just,
needs a
for
place to live, right?
Yeah, and for everybody, it's just more of a sticky situation.
Right.
For lenders, they don't like the liability as much. For realtors, I can get a call about a manufactured home, but before I ever meet the folks, I pull it up, and I know that 9 out of 10 buyers won't or can't bother with it. But then I've got an excited buyer that I have to call and talk to.
Right.
And kind of set the expectation and work that out, So, and that's a roll of the dice. You get folks sometimes that are like, oh, thank you so much, I didn't know. Let's look and find something else. Or some folks will just, hang up on you. Yeah.
I was looking at our picture back here. We've actually got one that we previewed.
Yeah, we're doing
yesterday.
one in Comstock Park this week. Yeah.
And this is a tiny little place. I mean, tiny home living. It's all the
I
rage.
think it was like 1,100 square feet.
Yeah.
It's on the tiniest, little lot, but it's in a community. It's in a great little quiet community called Comstock Park.
It was quiet back there.
Yeah, super quiet. It's, I want to say there's a lot of elderly folks that lives in there. I haven't ever driven through the neighborhood and seen a whole ton of kids running around. You know what I mean? So I've always kind of got the vibe, just from the lack of people outside.
Right.
That it's more of a retired community,
Right.
Folks that are looking to,
Smaller down.
Yeah,
Well, this
smaller
actually had,
down. Perfect.
Two bedrooms, 2 baths.
Yeah, two
Nice
bedrooms,
big
two
living
baths.
space. I mean,
Yeah,
actually.
Yeah, I think
It was a
I think it
surprise.
toured pretty well. Yeah, and we'll get into it here on the other side of the break. But yeah, it's a great little place, and we'll check out pretty much that whole neighborhood.
All right, well, that
Come
sounds
back.
good. We'll see you on the other side for part 2 of Nate's Neighborhood, episode 15. Hi, welcome back. We're part 2 of episode 15, Nate's Neighborhood. I'm John Kohler.
Howdy, guys.
There's Nate Boley.
How are you?
He's your
Welcome
resident expert realtor.
That's me.
One of the top realtors in Nye County.
Yeah, number 10 this week. Yeah.
Really?
Big kiss. It's an ever-changing number.
Congratulations, yeah.
Probably be different tomorrow, but yeah.
Number 10 trying harder for you.
You take the ups when you can get your hands on them.
Yeah, well, that's great.
Why not?
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
I wanted to, this is the mobile home edition, I guess, of
Yeah.
the
So
show,
we've-
but I keep saying mobile home, and I know it's probably manufactured home, or is there a qualitative or difference between the two?
There actually is. So,
Okay.
and granted, I feel like different agents would probably argue over this, but from what I understand, if you have the difference between a modular or a manufactured and a mobile home is only the difference on when it was built. So June 13th, I want to say 1976 is the cutoff date. Anything built before that is considered a mobile home by law. Anything built after that is considered a manufactured home, even if it's literally the same structure. It's just the law, I believe, for funding and lending purposes, wanted to separate that word away. Because the word modular makes you think you can just attach it to the back of your truck and off you go. You know what I mean? Or mobile. Excuse me, the word mobile. Yeah, and the word modular is completely different. Goodness, a modular home and a manufactured home are they're pretty close. And a lot of folks will tell you it's exactly the same thing. The big difference is they both come in, in sections. But for whatever reason, a modular home it follows stricter guidelines as far as building, wiring, coding, anything like that. So yeah, that's the biggest difference.
A lot of the new ones just look like, like a house. I mean,
and a lot of them it's a house, exactly. It's a home. You can call it whatever you want, but it's a home.
This place right here,
This place is great, Comstock.
Was it a mobile home?
Yeah. This was, well, I think built in '82, so it's considered a manufactured home. Yeah.
But it is like the old traditional. I mean, it was single wide.
It's smaller, single wide. Yeah, I think about 1,100 square feet.
One of those trendy tiny homes.
Yeah, exactly. You know, yeah, people have the chat. I hear it all the time about, hey, how much do tiny homes go for? Well, just buy a single wide, man. Like, you need somebody to build you some weird little cabin. Like, just go.
Get
You
an
can literally
RV.
go
What are
order
you
a
doing?
home. Yeah, and a lot of these companies that make manufactured homes will make you one that looks like a cabin on the outside. Like,
Right.
seriously, if that's if that's what you're looking for, yeah, it's just as wide open as any stick-built home builder. They
Right.
can literally do just about anything except for the height of the ceilings, and they found sneaky ways around that. You know, as in getting rid of some attic space here and there,
Right.
so you can get, you know, the point and get more space above you. But other than that, that's the only big difference.
Yeah, they still got to go under a bridge.
Yeah,
at some point.
and that's it.
Yeah.
You still have to clear bridges and such on the
Yeah.
road. So, yeah. So let's get into it. The first
Shall we?
picture here is from the front, just the front gate entry. And
Right.
of course, it's fully fenced. Smaller lot. I want to say, you know, maybe 1/10 of an acre.
Yeah, it was
pretty small. Maybe smaller.
but tidy.
than
I
that.
mean, look at all this tidy little gravel they've got. They've got the outside there, the carport covered space.
Yeah, and that's if you move into this kind of neighborhood, if you're looking for a place where you can kind of downsize a bit, this is kind of it. You know, you've got a carport, you've got a tiny lot that isn't insanely hard to manage. You know, you don't have a whole bunch of trees and all that out there. You got a big old cactus.
You got the big old cactus.
You know, look at that big old girl, man. Goodness. And that's the only thing you got to
my
water.
picture. I took this one. I'm so proud.
You did take this one. It looks amazing. And this one, you know, that's like the only thing there that needs water. You know what I mean? So
you got
low
a
maintenance.
sunburn. You got the agave or the whatever the cactus juice
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, I think you can get some out.
Yeah,
Why not?
cactus juice good.
Find out if you buy the place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that. Maybe you
Here's
can
the
park a
carport.
bus in there.
Yeah, I mean, it is taller. You can get a good-sized truck in there,
Sure.
I would say. Something maybe even on a lift kit, you know, but if you're going to extend your tires out and all that, maybe that's not the thing for you. But if you're driving a giant truck, this may not be the place for you anyways.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just could be the way it goes. But yeah, super well kept. Little storage deal there.
Yeah.
You know, and they've got it filled with just all the rakes and cleaning stuff for outside. But you could even move that out of the way. You know,
This was
it's
super
on
clean.
that big slab.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was super clean inside, and again, super low maintenance. If you just want to live and not ever have to worry about going outside to
Right.
rake or water or wash or any of that, then yeah, this could be a place that you're looking into, no doubt.
Right.
Here's the walkway, and granted, that's a pretty long pad.
It was
yeah?
a good, little
was a good
pergola
40 or
thing over
50
on top.
feet. Yeah.
It's covered. It's rainproof. It's a great place for a barbecue.
Yeah, yeah, and you know what? After that big storm,
Yeah.
that thing's still there. You know what I mean? I saw a few pergolas. I saw a few. You start throwing words out there. There's all kinds of things that
Yeah.
you wouldn't usually attach to the ground. Decided to take flight during that storm.
Yeah. So this is windproofed or wind tested.
Yeah, it seems like it's definitely wind tested. Yeah, no doubt. And then I believe the next shot is we go into the front entrance there. Yeah. Here we go.
Great big living room, like
From
right off
front.
the top.
Yeah, and the majority of your living space is going to be kind of in this area. But
This one
it's
kind
a
of
good
opens up into
size.
the kitchen, so you've got kind of some party flow.
Yeah, we can go over to that next shot there. There we go. And that's essentially just turning left from the front door. That's the view you get of the rest of the front room that leads into the kitchen and the dining room. But again, well kept. You know, and you can go through and you can use the word dated, of course. I don't think that's going to hurt anybody's feelings.
All right,
'Cause you-
popcorn ceiling. Look at that.
Yeah, you know, you got some popcorn ceiling.
Is that what
You've
that
got,
is?
Yeah, that is popcorn ceiling, and that's.
It looks like they've knocked it down a little bit, maybe made it a little bit
they might have
more
They might
très
have.
moderne, you know?
Yeah, and that's one of those things that a good realtor is going to point out to you on a tour. You know,
Right. 20 years
if you
ago,
don't like the way that popcorn ceilings look, yeah.
you need to
You
go to the
don't
Wayback
want,
Machine.
Yeah, and you don't want to do it yourself. You don't want to redo that yourself at all.
No,
It's such a nightmare trying to get that stuff down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but beyond that, yeah, I mean, and I was thinking even beyond that, kind of, just a couple of little things like the linoleum flooring here and there is a little bit dated to taste, but well taken care of.
Right.
Well cared after. Here's your
Dining
dining
nook
room.
right off
this
the
would be your
living
nook.
room.
Yeah, just off the nook. It's got some storage, just off the kitchen.
You can probably see the TV from there while you're eating. You're
Yeah.
full of Captain Crunch.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing that I liked about this place was all the cabinet space and countertop space.
There was a lot.
There was a ton. Yeah, you've got so much space here to be able to just do whatever you need to do.
Right.
You know, I
and
feel like
old,
somebody who likes
reliable
to bake.
appliances, but they look new and well kept. You know, I mean, like.
Yeah, you know, and I think, I think that was an older oven. But again, when we opened it up, super clean inside.
Yeah.
You know, like whoever was here took very good care of this place, and they loved it. So, and a lot of times you can carry that into the next owner. You know, being the next owner, you know that someone took care of it, and so you'll have less maintenance issues.
So there's a little laundry room. There it was, yeah, just off the kitchen, which super handy.
Yeah, it was
And
great.
Another exit
just
out
enough
the back.
size. Yeah, and then an exit out to the back there, and
In case you're hiding from the
it's
paparazzi.
literally- Yeah, the paparazzi or the mob or who knows. Yeah. But yeah, it's perfect. That's one of those situations where it's just the space that you need for one or two people.
Right. Here's the master bedroom.
yeah.
It was pretty good size.
It was great. It was much bigger than I thought it would be. It's got to be, maybe 15 by 14, somewhere in there, maybe even a little bit bigger.
Right,
It
and-
did have the big sliding closets.
And the ceilings are kind of, peaked interestingly in there. Just made
yeah,
it look
some
larger.
updated lighting here and there as well.
Huge closet.
Yeah,
and
huge
that's a
sliding
huge closet
closet.
door there.
Yeah, and then you got a full-blown entertainment center off to the left, and then over to the right, you've got even more storage. So it's a big room. There's no doubt. No doubt.
Yeah, got a commode.
Here's the master bathroom right here. It's tough to get a good picture of a small bathroom, so I'll apologize in advance. Most of the ones that we took either had us or our fingers or a door in them or a weird shadow. So yeah.
I can see me trying to stay out of the mirror reflection.
Yeah, it's like a whole lean back and take a shot thing. But yeah, but again, super clean, super
Right.
well taken care of. I mean, I don't remember the last time I saw an 80s style linoleum like that. That wasn't peeling or tarnished in
Right,
some
no,
way.
it's,
You know what I mean?
It's like this is kind of the Wayback Machine in this place.
It's
I liked
it's
it.
Back to the Future, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this was the second.
This is the second bathroom, yeah. And
Right.
this is a pretty good size.
And it had a full bath. I think the other one had a shower.
Yeah.
In the master.
And you'll find that a lot in the two-bedroom smaller places. You're going to get a shower in one and a tub in the other. And strangely enough, that's a trend that started decades ago, and even new builders are doing it now. You won't find a tub a lot of times in the master or primary bedroom.
Good sized second bedroom.
Yeah, good sized second bedroom, ton of natural light. Another thing that I liked about this place, every bedroom and every living area had windows, and definitely big enough windows to give you that feel of the natural light.
Right.
From the
And they
desert.
weren't just like square windows. Look at this one with a cool little peak over the top.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That gives you, a sense of architecture. in the
Right.
home. You know what I mean?
It's
Yeah.
a refinement.
It is. And here's, essentially, you've got what I would call a dog walk out behind the storage and out behind the carport there.
Yeah, if you got a yippy little dog.
Yeah, and you can't really place a building or anything right there, because you'll get in trouble with coding. But yeah, if you got a pet,
Great big dog, maybe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Big old Doge. Yeah. So we'll move on over here. We've got, this is the walking path. So
This is
it
a nice
must
little
be over
amenity.
a mile. Yeah. And
Wow.
the size of this walking area, you see the bridge in the distance. There are picnic tables, trash cans, shaded areas.
This is part of the
And
common
this is
areas
all-
of the Comstock.
Yeah, these are part of the common areas, and you're going to pay, I want to say, $21 or $22 a month for everything that the HOA includes. And this is the front building here, the entrance and check-in building. It's also the building that you would use to get access to the pool.
Oh,
But up
there's
front,
a pool.
yeah, there is a pool. But
I missed
look
that
at all the
part.
beautiful foliage up front. I mean, almost an acre of grass up there, And while I was
That's
up there, I
nice.
had to wait for a few people who were coming and going.
Yeah.
Because there were people that were sitting and reading. There was
Right.
a lady that was just hanging out with her dog there for a minute, and I had to squeeze her out of the shot. You know what I mean?
Go
So
have a
that's a
picnic.
common area for everybody. Yeah. And back in the distance there they are. You got a couple of park benches, mailboxes, of course. So everything's kind of grouped together right there. And if we go to the next shot, that should be the pool, I think. Yeah. There's the pool. Good size.
There you
6
go.
feet deep.
Cool off.
Yeah. Who doesn't want a pool? You know what I mean?
Right.
You got
22
one.
bucks a month.
Yeah, roughly $22 a month.
And a pool and a
you get a
picnic place.
pool, you get
Walking.
all the walking areas,
Sure is.
and this is my favorite part. Folks that are
Really?
downsizing, yeah, because a lot of folks will come to me and say, well, we're downsizing and this and that, so we need a smaller yard, but we don't want to have to go store our RV somewhere. Comstock has RV storage on site.
Really?
And you're going to pay a little bit extra for it, but your RV will literally be behind lock and key, barbed wire, around the corner from your house.
Secure.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's,
Yeah, which is a
that's
cool
a
little
lot of
sales
value
point.
there. That was
Yeah.
about 120, you said?
120, 119. Yeah. So, I mean, and seriously, for 119 these days, it's hard to find anything.
No.
So, yeah. You know,
How come that wasn't
gotta
a yurt
search.
for 120? Come on.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm surprised it wasn't like an old missile silo for $500,000. You know what I mean? Those are going
Yeah,
around.
that was pretty.
But hey, thank you guys so much. Episode 15 in the books, and
All
we'll
right.
see you next
Nate's
week.
Neighborhood. Boom. Here we go.
Bye,
See you
guys.
next time.